I'm making giant clouds. I wanted just to say hello for a little bit. Good afternoon. As I make the flowers, I'll just show you the process. Hello, where are you joining from? Hola. Buenas tardes. I am making giant white clouds. It's a very popular theme this month. So while I'm making these, I'll have you join me live. These are 4 17-inch balloons that I joined together as a quad. And it takes 22 balloons to make a cloud. Hello, where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments. I'm just gonna join my quads. This is the second row by the neck. I have somebody from California. What's your name? I have Cleveland, Ohio. Sometimes the usernames are not the same as the names, so let me know your name. Charlotte, North Carolina. I have somebody joining from Georgia. Love your work, thank you. Texas. Thank you, Raina. Massachusetts. What's your name from Massachusetts? So this is a giant cloud that I'm building. I just joined the second quad by the neck. Daniela from Trinidad, she says, I'm obsessed with your work. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. And thank you for being with me while I work. So this is my third quad. Glamour Spot 2018 from Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you for joining. I like using the 17-inch balloons for the start of my cloud, so it looks fluffier. Sarah from Massachusetts. So you can see it's starting to look like a cloud already. You can use 260 balloons to join them, but I prefer to tie them by the neck so it's tighter. Mano says, nice work, love your work, thank you. Vicky from Kansas, thank you for joining. Pretty Pink with a twist, hi from Texas. Rax Rental and Crafts, hi Jexsy, hi. Thank you for joining, my friend. So you can't see the whole thing because it's too close to the screen, but it's already looking like a cloud. I use 22 balloons to form my clouds. And I have the middle part, it's 17 inches, a quad of 17 inches. The second row is 11 inches. Each balloon is 11 inches. Claudia 3471 says, love your work. Thank you so much for joining. And you can use a table to put them together or the floor. I'm putting it here so you can have an idea of how it looks so far. And then instead of measuring the balloons, I just make sure that I inflate them a little smaller than the previous row. So this is 17 inches, this is 11 inches, and so on. Sweet and Chick by Sarah says, hi Rox from Rox Rental and Crafts. Glamour Spat 2018 says, what size of balloons are you using? So the middle one is 17 inches. The next row is 11 inches. Let me just sit down so I can read some of the comments here. Ina's celebration, she's joining, or they are joining, from Argentina. Hola desde Argentina. Gracias por ver nuestro live. Estoy haciendo unas nubes de balloons con globos y los tamaños son, este es de 17 pulgadas y estos son de 11. So del medio, después yo pongo una foto para que la vean. El medio es 17 y este lado es 11 y el otro lado también. Julitza 31 says, hello, greeting from Panama. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Okay, so I'll continue making my clouds. I have a few of these to make, so you can ask questions. Tell me where you're watching from and your name, because sometimes the username is different from the real name. So I can say hello. I was just gonna get the other balloons that I need for the cloud. See if I missed anything. All right. Somebody else says, Eileen Stevo says, watching from Scotland, UK. Thank you. I just had an interview with somebody from the UK. She had me on her balloon group from Facebook. I'll post that link so you guys can see the interview. It was nice to connect with somebody from the UK. Pretty Pink with a Twist. Your name is Selena. Thank you so much for joining. Sandra Vivian. Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estás? So I just inflated the last row, the last quad, smaller than the previous one. So it looks like a fluffy cloud. And I'm not measuring the balloons. Okay, somebody's saying, Sandra Rodriguez 41. She's speaking in Portuguese, I think. I'm going to read it in Spanish. Hola, soy de Brasil y estoy en Portugal. ¿Lo dije bien? ¿Fue correcto? Creo que sí. Okay, so I have my two pairs of balloons and I'm just going to twist them together to create my last row of the cloud. And if it's too hard to attach by the neck, you can use one of those 260 balloons. Glo Alvarado dice, saludos desde Texas. Kathy's Balloons Dices, hola, soy de Venezuela. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias por venir a esta transmisión. Katy's Balloon dice, sería bueno que hablaras español. Me gusta mucho tu trabajo. Sí, estoy hablando español ahora mismo. Quizás quieres decir que hable más español, ¿verdad? Cardonis says, I love your work. Thank you so much for joining. Ooh. That one got away. So as you can see, this row is smaller than the previous one. I'm just attaching it by the neck of the previous balloon. Katy's Balloon, sí, hablo español. Tengo clases en español también. Pero quería venir un ratito por aquí porque hacía mucho que no me conectaba. It was a long time since I joined you live from here, from Instagram. I was live on Facebook this afternoon with somebody who owns a balloon group in the UK. So if you know my Facebook account, you can watch that interview there. I gave some tips about starting the balloon business, how to get clear on your goals and what you want to do in the future. Gracias, Katy's Balloons. Dice que bueno, siempre es bueno ver tus trabajos y aprender un poco más. Es un placer para mí compartir con ustedes. Gracias por estar ahí para mí también. Este es el último balón de este lado, este pequeñito. This is the last one on this row. So I'm attaching them by the neck, amarrándolo por el cuello. A veces es difícil amarrarlos con el cuello. Pueden usar un balón larguito que se llama 260. Este lado, this side is almost done for this cloud. Let me know where you're watching from and your name. I'm just saying hello to the ones who just joined. And I'm making a few clouds for a client, but I just wanted to jump in here to show you the process. This is a fluffy cloud. I use 22 balloons in total to make each cloud, and I like to begin with the middle row being the biggest size balloon, so 17 inches in the middle, a quad of 17 inches, and then I continue with 11 inches, but just I inflate them a little smaller than the previous row, and then continue doing the same until the end, and then end with a 5-inch balloon at the end of your cloud. Exacto. Katy, pero si tienes alguna pregunta, ahora que me tienes por aquí, me puedes preguntar en español. Y le puedo contestar. Okay, so one side is done. I'm going to continue on the other side. And I also want to show you some balloon stands that I found on Amazon that I use for centerpieces, and also for my last video that I show that I traveled to Rhode Island to build 2 towers. And I had a few messages asking where they could buy them. So I have them here, and I'm going to show you how they work as well after I finish this cloud. All right, so just to remind you, I inflate the balloons 2 at a time, create my pairs and then just twist them together a few times. I'm not counting. Sí, Katy, estoy haciendo una nube de globos. Dice, ¿qué marca de globos recomiendas? Estoy usando ahora mismo, estos son Tuftex, blancos Tuftex de diferentes tamaños. Como le dije, somebody says cordones. What is your name, cordones? You need to come to Rhode Island and do a class. I've been there for a long time. But yes, that's a good idea to come back to Rhode Island and do a class. But New York is not that far. I was just in Rhode Island the other day. So I'm tying by the neck. I know it's harder to do, but I like the look of it when I tie by the neck. It's more cohesive. Let me know if you can see me. I got a message that the connection was a little weak. Let me know if you can see me. ¿Me pueden ver todavía y escuchar? And then I'm going to add the last balloon on this cloud. Okay, sí, perfecto. Yes, okay, great. The internet was saying connection was weak. Let me know if you have any questions. Now is your chance to ask any questions in Spanish or English. Así que si tienen preguntas, ahora que estoy live me pueden preguntar. A veces hago la oportunidad de hacerme preguntas en las historias y recibo muchos mensajes, pero si hacen una pregunta por aquí, le puede resultar bien a algunos que tengan la misma pregunta. So if you ask me a question during the live, somebody else might benefit from it, and we can learn together. So this is a fluffy cloud. I'll take a picture and I'll post it in the stories later of this specific one. It has 22 balloons in total. It has 22 balloons in total. The middle row is 17 inches, but I didn't measure, just inflate them near the original size. Then these are 11 inches. This one, it's 11 inches but inflated smaller than the previous one, and then I finished with a 5-inch balloon on the top, and the same thing on the other side. So los balloons, los globos son 17 pulgadas, inflados cerca de 17 pulgadas, 11 pulgadas, 11 pulgadas otra vez, pero inflado un poquito más pequeño. Y después termino con uno de 5 pulgadas, inflado al ojo, como dicen, sin medir. Y así mismo del otro lado. Let me put the camera a little farther so you can see it. Hold on. Let me know if you can see it from there. It's It's a fluffy cloud. I like the style where you can see the big balloon in the middle here. So 17 inches I start with, and then I reduce the sizing while I continue on the other row. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, and then 5-inch at the end on each end. And I don't measure the balloons, but I make sure that I inflate each row smaller than the previous one. So it's fluffy. All right? Take a screenshot if you want. Okay? And you can see it's a lot bigger than my head. But I like the clouds like this for my rainbows. I can, this month we made an arrangement of clouds and also centerpieces that were actually clouds. And we used stands from Amazon. And I want to see if you have any other questions, and then I'll show you the stands. Voy a ver si tienen otra pregunta y le voy a enseñar lo que utilicé para hacer los centerpieces. Somebody's asking a question. It's more like a general question. What is your name? Get Lifted Balloons. I know your username, but what is your name? And they are asking, how long have you been a balloon artist? So that question, my mom had a balloon business since back in 1993, so I grew up around balloons. So I don't know how to answer that. How long? I think most of my life. Vero Caseras dice, hola, te miro desde Uruguay. Quiero hacer una lista de todos los países que están conectados. Ya vi a Panamá, Portugal, está conectado, Uruguay, Estados Unidos. No veo a nadie de República Dominicana, pero está bien. Kathy's Balloon se aprecia mejor. Sí, desde más lejos, porque es tan grande esta cloud que se veía mejor de más lejos. Muchas gracias, Sandra Vivian. Déjenme saber de dónde me están viendo. Get Lifted Balloons, your name is Crystal. Nice to meet you. Bountiful is from Texas. Jill Sofía desde Venezuela. Gracias por tomarte el tiempo de conectarte con nosotros. Espero que todos estén bien. Sandra Vivian es de Colombia. Mi querida amiga Mari está en Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Un beso, mi amor. Gracias por compartir o por estar aquí. Ok, entonces le voy a enseñar lo que utilicé. Es un post. I'm going to show you what I use for centerpieces. It's the last post on my, the first post on my Instagram. It's, I pinned it there. It's centerpieces that have on the top a balloon cloud. Son centerpieces que tienen arriba una nube. Balluno, hola desde Poland. Gracias. Saludos desde Puerto Rico. ¿Alguien me toma nota? Si me lo ponen en un comentario, ¿cuántos son los países que me han dicho ya? Tengo Colombia, Puerto Rico, Poland. Chio Alvar, ¿hablas español? Sí, hablo español y hablo inglés. Así que háganme preguntas. Ahora que me tienen aquí en español, le puedo contestar. Alguien que me haga notas de todos los países que me están viendo. Ya perdí la cuenta. Deja ver. Panamá, Estados Unidos, ¿verdad? Poland, Portugal. Bueno, gracias. Venezuela, claro. Uruguay, wow. Gracias. ¿De dónde soy? Soy de muchos sitios, pero nací en República Dominicana. Saludos desde Tampa, Florida. Chío Alvar, ¿cuál es tu nombre, Chío Alvar? Dice, apenas estaba pensando, qué bueno fuera que hablara español, y en eso que te escucho. Sí, ¿verdad? Gracias. Albania, thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. I was making a cloud for those who joined, and when I post the live, you'll see how fluffy and big and beautiful it was. So I'm making a few of those now, but I wanted to show you the process. Somebody says, alguien pensaba que yo era de Venezuela. Maybe, seguro hablo un poquito con ese acento, no sé. Soy dominicana. Desde hace mucho estoy en Estados Unidos. Me veo como venezolana, dicen. Rocío, gracias. Rocío is your name, Chío Alvar. Hello, Sari. Where are you watching from and what is your name? Your first name. I want to get to know each of you. All right. And somebody please comment with a list of countries that are watching. Una lista, alguien que me haga de todos los países que me están mirando para recordarme. Ok, so el primer stand que le voy a enseñar es uno que utilicé para hacer unos centerpieces. La idea que tenía, so the first stand that I'm going to show you is one that I use for the cloud centerpieces that is pinned on my profile. The idea that I had was to create something that gave the idea that the balloons were floating. So I was searching online and I typed on Google clear balloon stands or something like that. And this came up from Amazon. I Googled it, but I found it on Amazon. And I was able to use them for my cloud centerpieces. So they come with this pole here that's clear, that's acrylic. So that's why it's clearer than other plastic materials. So as you can see from far, you can even see it. So if it's far on a table, it gives you the impression that the balloons are floating. Si están lejos en una mesa, parece como que si las nubes están flotando porque el material es transparente. ¿Ven qué bonito? Y bien duradero, bien duradero. Entonces viene con esta base también que es transparente. Trae además un pequeño tornillo. It has a little screw at the bottom to use at the bottom of the base here. So to put together, you don't need any tools. You just insert the screw at the bottom of the base and you just start turning the little pole until it's steady enough to continue building your centerpiece. So solamente lo tienen que dar vueltas con sus propias manos para que se quede estable. Entonces es así. It's steady enough so you can build your centerpiece. The good thing about this stand is that it also has a topper. So if you want, you can use it with this cup. If you're using like a single balloon, you can attach it to this cup here. And it attaches the same way. You just screw it on the top. Somebody made a list of all the countries. So let's see, let's review that. We have Texas, Colombia, Poland, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Uruguay, Albania, USA, several states of the USA. Thank you for making that list. That helps a lot. Thank you so much. Somebody said they thought I was from Venezuela when they watched my videos. Maybe I look Venezuelan, I don't know. Somebody from California, another one from California. Sari K says, I want to start this business 2, how to start. So there are several ways. The common one is to start building things so people know that you have the ability to make balloon arrangements and so on. And a lot of people start making arrangements for friends and families, and sometimes they don't get paid for them at the beginning. But once you start and post your work online or show your friends what you can do, the inquiries start coming. Oh, I want this for my birthday, or I want this for my kid's birthday. So that's the most common way. You can also invest in the basics. For example, buy a basic inventory of the primary colors, an inflator, and just start practicing from home. One good thing is that you can invest in classes when you're not that busy. So when you're starting, it's good to start looking for classes online so you can start practicing by yourself. I have a few classes that you can take, and you can send me an email or a DM, and I can tell you which one to take first. The first one I recommend taking is the 10 ways to make a cluster class, because it's like an exercise where you can practice different styles of clusters, and those clusters make up bigger arrangements. So you can build a garland, you can build an arch, a full arch, using those specific clusters. But the main thing is to awaken your creativity so you can come up with your own style of clusters. So that's my goal there. So this is the stand for the centerpieces that I used the other day. One thing about this also is if you want it longer, you can attach another of the poles to this one. They attach together the same way I attached the little cup on the top. So I'll show you if I have an extra one here that has the screw. I do not have one. Let me see. Maybe this one. Okay. Yeah, this is the screw. So you just attach the next one like this. I put it down. So you want to make it a little longer if you have like a bigger cloud or a bigger balloon that you want to put on top. So this one right here, it's way taller than the last one, if you can see it this way. So it's up to you and what you need, specific need for your decor. So this is from Amazon, and I have the link in my bio. Let me take some time to review if you have any other questions. I have quite a few people from California. Thank you. What time is it there right now? It's 4:56 here in New York City. I'm just reviewing to see if I missed anything. So I have a question from somebody who wants to start a business and wants to know where to buy the basic things. So there are several distributors in the United States you can buy from, but if you have not started, just buying a basic inflator, even from Amazon, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You can work with this. I traveled with this machine the other day to a corporate event, and it's so easy to travel with this because I put it in my backpack. I didn't have to bring a big luggage with me. So you buy this from Amazon and you have it as your traveling one or your spare one, and you can practice at home with this. It's only, I think, $34. Sometimes you can find them at $19, $20. So buy this from Amazon. And also you can buy balloons from Amazon to practice. That's not a problem. Sari says, okay, I will contact you personally. Send me a DM. I can send you the link for the 10 ways to make a cluster class. That's a way, one way to start. I also have the organic garland class available. It's pre-recorded, so you can just buy it and watch it on a weekend or an afternoon that you have time. And I recommend that you watch it first, take notes. I give you the list of everything you need to practice. And then afterwards you can practice and replay the class. Pueden comprar la clase que se llama 10 Ways to Make a Cluster o 10 maneras de hacer tu cluster. Y pueden tener el tiempo de practicar después. Pueden verla primero y después pueden practicar para que tengan más esfuerzo de aprender. Dice, somebody says they're watching from Iran. Sí, es muy bella esta base. Es transparente, es acrílico, bien duradera. Me sorprendí de que fuera de Amazon, pero está de lo más bien. Major Skull. What's your name? They say, love the balloon stem tip. Thanks so much. You're welcome. So in California, it was 1:56 p.m. when I asked. Thank you for letting me know. It's nice to connect with everybody. The Cutie says, how much is the class? What is your name? I know your username. What is your name? How much is the class? So if we are talking about the 10 ways to make a cluster class, that's $55 right now on sale. It's usually $145. It's $55 right now. It's been on sale since last week, and a lot of people have taken advantage of that sale. The organic garland one is $67. So the prices are very affordable. My goal is to help as many of you get into the business of creating beautiful balloon arrangements and at affordable prices. And as you know, I provide support to my students. Those who have taken my classes know that they can reach out, and I become their mentor as well. Somebody says, Vero. Let me say hi to Vero. Vero, what's your name? And hola. Jamie is watching from Canada. Thank you for joining. Just thanking everybody for joining. Get lifted balloons. Do you ever travel to hold classes? So this afternoon I had an interview with somebody from the UK who asked me the same thing. Yes, I'm open to traveling for classes. Now UK is on my list as one of the destinations that I would love to go and teach a class. Where are you get lifted balloons? If you told me before, I'm sorry I forgot. Let me know where you are. Yes, in-person classes, yes. If you have been following me, you have seen my first in-person class was held here in New York City. We had a lot of fun. There's another one coming up. I have to update the date on that one, but stay tuned. Somebody's asking me to come to Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, that's a good idea. If we have enough people, I don't see why not. Somebody else is asking to come to class in California. Any classes in California? So no, I don't have any classes in California yet. I do have online classes, private classes that I teach online through Zoom. And those are private classes that you can book with me. They are 3 hours long, and you learned a lot from me directly, not just how to make arrangements, but also how to start your business, and if you already have your business, how to manage your business side, the pricing and everything. I'm very passionate about pricing, so let me know if you need to book a session with me, a private session with me. All right, somebody else is joining. Crafty, which bouquet? Join from where? Where are you joining from? Let me know. So the private classes, I have the pricing on my link in bio, or you can DM me and I'll send you all the information you need. So we just finished showing you, I just finished showing you the stand that I used for the last cloud theme baby shower that's pinned on my Instagram, the first post on my Instagram. Now I'm gonna show you now another stand that I found. I needed to travel light last week, so I found this also in Amazon for the towers that I built. I fit, like I said in my video, I fit everything in my backpack. So I was traveling very light. I just had the balloons, the inflator, this inflator actually, and 2 stands for the towers. So the nice thing about this stand is that you can put it together without extra tools as well. So they come in a package with 2 or 4 stands. I recommend buying the 4-pack because it's such a good price. So this is the base. They come with a water bag as well. But I'm just gonna show you this, how you put it together. You just screw the top part, the ball, into the base, like so. And then this part here, you can just lift it up like this. It's telescopic. And it goes up to 7 feet tall. So if I put it on the floor, it should be taller than me. I'm very short. I'm only 5 feet tall. 5'2" actually. So those 2 inches come. All right, so that's 7 feet tall. If you can see it in the mirror right here behind me. So that's what I use for my last 2 towers that I built for a corporate client. Very, very sturdy, very good. Even more with the water weights that come with it. So those are in Amazon as well. If you need to find the link, it's in the link in my bio where it says Jexsy's Amazon store, or you can send me a message and I can link it through the DM. Let's see if I missed any questions. Okay, so a few of the questions that I'm being asked, I answered at the beginning, but let me refresh you with the same answers. So somebody, hi, can you recommend a specific brand of balloons to buy for practice? So any balloon would do. Buy it from Amazon, buy it from your distributor. Don't buy too many because like I said before, balloons are better when they're fresh. So I don't buy too many balloons at the same time. Just when I need to buy balloons, I buy the specific quantities that I need. Keep them fresh. Sabrina from Cleveland, Ohio. She says, absolutely love your work. How do you balance the cloud on the stand, please? Yes, so when I put it together, these are too big for the stand, but when I put it together for that specific event, I use the holder and you could use a 260 balloon to attach the middle part to this. It has like little edges that you can, and a little edge here that you can insert the 260 balloon and attach it to your cloud. Or you can insert it and it's sturdy enough that it doesn't fall off. If it's indoors, it should be fine. If it's outdoors, I would add the 260 balloon. Okay, all right. Let's see if I have anything else to show you. Oh, just to remind you, the cloud was built with 22 balloons, and I showed you the sizes on the live. So I'll post the live so you can see how I built the cloud, and also so you can save the information on the stands. But that's it for now. Thank you for joining. I'll give you a few seconds if you have any other questions, but that's all I had. Thank you so much for joining my live.